I wonder who that could be. Oh, hello. If it isn't my trusty companions from the Mages Guild. Come on inside and I'll prepare an old favorite of ours. Ah, yes, indeed, it is my famous Hobgoblin Sage Tea. As you all well know, it makes you lighter than air. Do you remember the first time we got together and drank it? Dalamir was hit with a draft and nearly floated out the window.
Oh, hey guys, looks like he caught me daydreaming again. But anyway, as you may know, I am Natural Wizard, and welcome back to my channel. So it is Monday, and that means I will be posting 2 more videos this week, one on Wednesday and another on Friday. But I shouldn't get ahead of myself, because this is the here and now, and this requires another dive into the subreddit of choosing beggars. So get ready to get upsetty spaghetti at the nerve of some people. Okay, so this first one, the title kind of gives the whole post away, so I'm just gonna start reading. This occurred about 8 years ago when my now husband, but then boyfriend, lived in the middle of our state's big city. We lived in a large 2-story bedroom apartment with a shared lounge and kitchen. Our housemate was moving out, so we had just started looking for a new one. My nephew and I were talking on the phone when he mentioned that he was planning on moving from the tourist coastal town he lived in to the city. Apparently his mother had told him he could move in with us. So I told him how much the other housemate pays, but that I'd talk to my partner and we'd work something out to help him get started in the area, as it is a lot more expensive than where he currently lives. That night when we discussed the options, we decided we would half the amount our current housemate paid, which included amenities, and would revisit the agreement on a month-by-month basis, which would be dependent on his income and his lifestyle. This was mainly because I had raised him till he was 8 when I moved out of the family home. He was maybe 19 now, and he had been living with his mother for about a year, who had only been back in his life for a few years. I was uncertain about her influence on him and his lifestyle, as unfortunately I knew his mother well. The following day I sent the details through to my nephew, but didn't hear back from him after he read it. That evening I received a phone call from his mother. Now the conversation will be paraphrased, seeing as it was several years ago.
All you care about is money, don't you?
Oh, hi sister. What's this now?
You expect my son to pay for all your bills when he moves in with you.
We aren't going to have him live for free when we can rent out the room for twice as much of what we were offering it to him plus amenities. He has been offered the room for half of what it is worth. He doesn't have to take it if he can't afford it. If he can't afford that rent, then he won't be able to find anywhere around here, not even in the suburbs.
How dare you! I told him he could stay with you for nothing and you would look after him.
Firstly, he's an adult. If he can't look after himself, then he shouldn't be moving to this city. Secondly, you don't have the right to offer our place for free to others.
You've always been selfish. You've only gotten worse since you started leeching off of your partner.
Dude, I earn more than my partner. And do tell me how selfish I am when I was the one staying home from school to look after my nephew when he was younger, who was paying for his activities, who was spending every weekend looking after your son. Do you have any memories of him before he was 17? Who do you come to for childhood photos of your only child?
And you still haven't given me the ones I want. You just made my point about how selfish you are.
Sister, your son is an adult. I will talk to him about this situation, not you. I know we are asking less than what you have him paying you. I hung up the phone, sent my nephew a message letting him know everything was all good, and if he didn't want to move in, it was okay. Well, geez, lady. Don't be making promises that you know are outlandish.
Don't worry, son. You can move in with my sister in her high-end apartment. Don't worry about paying bills or anything, or rent. They'll pay for everything.
I mean, I'm sure it wouldn't be that big of a deal if they were making millions of dollars. But in this case, it seems like they're just making enough money to live comfortably in a big city. And a nice 2-story apartment like that, in the middle of a city? Rent is probably crazy. And you think your sister's gonna let your son stay there for free? Oh, sorry I don't want to pay his rent and bills for an undetermined amount of time, but oh, I'm selfish and all I care about is money. Sorry, lady. It don't work like that. Anyway, moving on to the next story, yes. Maybe not the most dramatic CB story, but another post reminded me of my dear auntie. As backstory, my grandmother hated my mother, so the life insurance grandma took out on herself, aunt, and dad only paid out between the 3 of them. Grandmother and dad died within a few months of each other. Aunt immediately files to receive payout for both of them, despite having not spoken to her brother in years. Crappy, but whatever. A few weeks later, Aunt shows up at our house, pressures my grieving mom into giving away Dad's truck and guns. I don't remember the exact conversations, but some of the highlights included,
You don't want those guns in the house. After losing Dad, you'll probably just kill yourself like Mom did.
and
What do you even need a truck for? You can't even walk. It's not like you need it.
needless to say, dear Auntie managed to walk away with an almost new truck, 2 very nice guns, and about $100,000 through the death of her mother and brother. Mom and I didn't hear from her again for another 5 years. But the CB train doesn't end there. After a long battle of health issues, my mom finally passes. We didn't have much for assets, but I did inherit our house, the house I grew up in. I start making calls to family, informing them of Mom's passing, and make it to Auntie. Hey Auntie, I'm just calling to let you know that Mom passed away. Her ashes are here at the house with Dad's if you want to come say goodbye.
Oh, that's a shame. So what are you planning on doing with the house?
I currently live here and will be keeping the house.
Really? Oh, that's too bad. Well, let me know when you change your mind and want to get rid of it. I'll be happy to take it off your hands.
And that's the last conversation we had. Unfortunately, there was no epic blowout or screaming match. Just a greedy woman who had hoped she could get a 3rd house on top of the life insurance, truck, and guns that were promised to me before my dad passed away. I'm expecting my other grandmother to pass in the next few years. I don't expect to hear from CB Auntie again until I find her rummaging through Grandma's house for anything worth selling, or when she wants me to give her a house. Okay, so this one's kind of an entitled choosing beggar.
Oh my gosh, you're like never gonna use that, and you don't need it, so give it to me. Oh, and that's a nice house you're living in. If you don't want it, I'll take it.
It's like, damn lady, do you even care that all these people in your family just died? I don't think you do. I have a feeling this is a type of lady that would want to be buried in a tomb surrounding her and all of her things.
When I die, you all get nothing, because I'm like gonna need all that stuff in the afterlife.
Okay, moving on.
Hey, you got that Jace to Mind sculptor for sale?
Yeah, it's $90. Are you interested?
Yeah, I really need that card for Nationals. Could you just send it to me and I'll give it back later after I win?
Sorry, but I'm selling this, and nothing personal. But I'm only trusting around people I know.
Dude, I only need it to counter one guy's deck. Don't be a beezy. I'm not spending $90 for one card.
You should have read my post before you acted like a fussy baby.
Screw you, I need that prize money. You're going to let a guy go hungry because you won't send me one piece of cardboard?
I think the baby needs a timeout. Magic the Gathering is a big boy game.
F you, I'm gonna call the cops because you're refusing to sell it. Discrimination!
Okay, baby.
Biff.
Alright, all nerdy voices aside, Magic the Gathering is actually a really cool game. I've even put together what I thought were really good decks until I started going to my local game shop and playing Commander with people I don't know. Holy crap, these guys have some pretty powerful cards. And they're all really cool people too. Now this very same Planeswalker card that this guy is selling for $90, Jace the Mind Sculptor, is sitting in a display case at the shop I go to play Magic with a price tag of $110. But the CB here wants to borrow it. And we all know that if he got the card, he would have not given it back. Luckily, our guy here knows better than to let some random stranger borrow a powerful Planeswalker card for a tournament. Okay, sure, yeah, he might actually be competing in a tournament, but if he's really serious about winning and needs one card to counter one guy's deck, sorry buddy, but you're gonna have to drop some cash to get that rare card, not just gonna get it for free. And let's not forget the, I'm gonna call the cops on you because you're refusing to sell it. So, okay, well, first of all, you didn't even make an offer on the card. You just wanted him to let you borrow it, and presumably give it back. Okay, so I have a card in my deck that's not even worth $5. He's a zombie wizard with a really good effect. And so my friend really wants this card from me, as he can't find it in any card shop. That being said, he told me he would trade me $50 worth of cards for it, and I still said no. Why? Because it works well in my deck. So I told him to just buy it online for like $3. And the point of that little anecdote was that if someone knows what they've got, they're not going to let it go very easily.
Hey, could I borrow that Black Lotus card?
Okay, complete stranger, I have no idea what this card is worth, and I trust that you will bring it back to me. Nah man, that ain't gonna happen. Okay, I think we have time for one more short one.
If anyone is looking to do some post-Christmas gift giving, emoji, I'm in need of a emoji laptop, a emoji cell phone, my license and a emoji vehicle, emoji. A tablet would be nice too, but isn't really a necessity to obtain employment. I already have a guaranteed job lined up once I can get my own ducks lined up. E-transfers are always convenient and come in handy too. emoji. Any help is appreciated, TIA. Emoji, emoji, emoji.
Huh. That doesn't sound like an unreasonable Christmas list. I got you. Boom. Brand new VTech Preschool Learning Tote and Go laptop. Boom. The freshest Barbie cell phone.
Kablam! Brand new Tonka truck. Zing! The dopest new Leapfrog tablet.
Oh, and no, I did not forget the e-transfer. Since you love to use them so much, I just DM'd you your favorite emojis. Best Christmas ever, am I right? Oh yes, those were some zesty Reddit nuggets. I even got to sneak a little bit of my mild obsession with Magic the Gathering in there. And for all the MTG players, let me see what your favorite card to use is down in the comments. Mine is Docent of Perfection in my wizard-themed commander deck. My friends don't like that card. After it transforms, it gives all the wizards I control flying and +2 counters. But I should end it here before I continue rambling. So, thank you so much for watching and spending some time with me. And as always, don't forget your tea before you go.